Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Perfectly Planned Content's Writing Wednesday video series, where we dive into the power of words and the many ways that writing can impact your business. My name is Lauren Keller, the Director of Content Writing and Strategy, and I'm thrilled to bring you a video series that's completely dedicated to the craft of writing. I am on a website kick. So last time I talked to you about what it takes to create a stunning homepage. Today, we will focus on the dreaded About page. Your About page is one of the most important yet challenging pages to produce. Why do you think that is? One, because as soon as you have to talk about yourself, things can get really awkward. It's so challenging for many people to talk about themselves in a genuine and authentic way. Just think about how hard it can be to come up with simple tasks like writing a bio or having a fun fact during a corporate icebreaker. Your palms might be sweating just thinking about it. But now we'll amplify the stakes by, a few thousand, and you've got the about page specific version of writer's block. Don't worry. Today, I'll go over 7 key mistakes that so many people make when writing their about copy and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, you probably think the about page is about you. Don't worry, you're not so vain if you had this thought. In fact, it's probably the biggest mistake that people make when approaching their about page. So now it's time for a mindset shift. Because your about page is not about you at all. It's about the person on the other side of the computer who wants to know if you are the right person or team to help them solve their problems. So who should your about page feature? You guessed it, your audience. Structure your about page to demonstrate how your unique values, services, approach, and mission help your clients live better lives. An excellent place to start is your mission statement. What is your brand and business all about? What makes that story so unique and compelling? And how do all of those features allow you to serve your clients differently? Here's a little writing tip for you. Even though your audience is priority number 1, don't make the copy too sales focused. Instead, make it values focused. Now, mistake number 2 that people make in their about page is that your value proposition isn't front and center. In the last homepage video, I talked about ensuring you put your most important content above the fold, or the place where readers don't have to scroll to find the information. You want your value proposition to be above the fold in your about page. And as soon as your audience lands on this page, they should know what you do, what makes your service and product valuable to them, and how it's going to transform their lives. And here's how you can do that. Through various headings and subheadings, and to focus on your best selling point. While you may have a whole litany of incredible selling points, try to focus on the top 2 or 3 that pack the biggest punch. And lean into your why. What makes you stand out? Why is what you bring to the table unique? And why should your audience care? Mistake number 3, you forgot your personality at home. Your about page should not be dry, so if you need to have a cup of coffee or pinch yourself and wake yourself up, do whatever you need to do before you start writing your about page copy to bring life into the text. And remember, it will look different depending on your tone, value, and audience. If you're more relaxed and approachable, let that mood just completely wash over your copy. But your language might look different if your goal is to educate, empower, motivate your audience. Here's a little writing tip. Have some fun. Whether your brand is super approachable or more formal, you can use words that are engaging and exciting to readers. Mistake number 4 is you didn't tell a story. Your about page is perhaps the most golden opportunity you have for some good old-fashioned storytelling. Stories are one of the most powerful tools to connect people. So don't be afraid to share your brand story. And if you're looking for a place to start, here are some questions that you can ask yourself. Where did you start? How did you get to where you are today? What values kept you going from day 1? What roadblocks did you encounter? And what steps did you take to overcome them? Why are you passionate about what you do? And why does all of this matter to you and the customer? Don't be afraid to get personal and share a story or anecdote that was instrumental in your company's journey. Mistake number 5, there's no media for your audience to engage with. The words are super powerful. We know that, and they're very successful for web pages. But you probably need a little bit more than words to achieve the emotional buy-in that you want from readers. Some ways to do that are to incorporate images, videos, and other media into your About page. And try to think not corporate stiff headshots. Maybe you include a team photo where you're all having a nice time together, or a picture of you having fun with your family. Elements like this really drive home that human connection and make readers feel like they already know you before booking a call or ordering your product. Here's another writing tip. Don't forget to include yours and your team's bios and credentials. It's another way to make connections and instill trust. Mistake number 6 is you're veering into boasting or hyping territory. Okay, so your About page should be story focused, value focused, mission focused, impact focused. It should not be sales or full of generalizations that don't mean anything to your audience. The reason of being is that they can see through it. And you don't want to feel cold or general, because your audience isn't general. Your audience is so specific. And that's what's so challenging about the About page. You have to talk to thousands of people, but make each reader feel like they're the only person in the room. And a great way to do that, and here's a writing tip for this section, is to avoid buzzwords and industry jargon as much as possible. And mistake number 7, you go on and on and on. Now, I love long form content as much as the next person, but your About page is not the time to write your novel. It is a time to be concise and to communicate your message and your value in as clear language as you can. So here's a writing tip. If it helps, try not to censor yourself at first. Write everything you think is important. So don't worry about anything in this brainstorming session. And then once you have all that text, pare it down to the most important for not you, for your audience. And at the end of the day, you might be wondering, do I really need an About page? And sure, there's a lot of stress and work that goes into it, but you do need an About page. It's one of the most visited pages on your website and has immense power to connect, attract, and convert your clients. So now that you're armed with the knowledge and hopefully some coffee, it's time to tackle your About page. Do you have something about your About page that you're most excited or nervous about? Let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time.